Hey everybody, how's it going? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Four of Swords. Okay, I'm seeing Four of Swords and I'm seeing the Emperor here. So Four of Swords is a card about rest. Four of Swords is also a card that's connected with protection, things like that, especially like mentally being in a safe space or bringing yourself back into a grounded space if need be. This Four of Swords feels like being in a space that's quiet enough for you to really tune in and for you to listen. Having the Emperor here can show that you have a lot going on, you have a lot on your plate, but this can be a pause. You can be taking some sort of pause here, just given everything that's going on. Maybe to make sure that your energy is in the right place here. I am seeing something unfolding. There's an opportunity that's coming your way. It looks like there's a person that's attached to it. I'm seeing this be a Queen of Cups that's coming through and extending something to you, asking you if you want it. This would sort of be like an option or an opportunity for you. You don't have to take this. We're going to get closer into this energy, take a look at it, see what's going on with it. I'm seeing Scorpio, I'm seeing Aries, and I'm seeing Virgo here as well. Okay, what this looks like, if there has been something going on within an area of your life where you could have felt like there was some type of energy around you that could have potentially been messing with you a bit, I'm seeing this be confirmation that you are protected. Like Four of Swords, as much as it is a card of rest, like in general, when you look at the pictures on the Four of Swords, generally it's somebody that has sort of their energy being protected. So I do see Four of Swords as being a card of protection, especially like psychically and psychologically. Now looking at the Seven of Swords, you could have had somebody around you. See, this is about you making sure that you have some type of peace of mind. This can also be like spiritual hygiene that you're doing too, to make sure that you're able to function and to show up the way that you need to, because having you be in this position of the Emperor, it shows that you have a lot of important things going on and that you have to be present and you have to be showing up. And so this is a card of making sure that you're taking care of yourself so you can show up for the things that you need to show up for. Now, seeing this Seven of Swords, there can be somebody that was coming around that had some type of weird intention, but because of there being protection around you, I'm not seeing this be anything that you need to be worried about. This feels more so just like an awareness of this sort of buzzing around. So if you're taking space, if you're taking a break, if something isn't as busy as it usually is or something like that, it feels like that's all happening for a reason. Also too, if Seven of Swords is your own energy, this can at times be a lack of willingness to take a break when you need to take a break. Like there can be signs and there can be signals saying you need to take care of yourself right now. And if you're not doing those things, this can be just something that's not going to be sustainable for you, or something that's just going to make things more difficult for you to show up and do what you need to do. So this is very much about taking care of yourself. in all of the ways that it's necessary for you to be doing that. And make sure that you're taking care of yourself, making sure that you're getting grounded, making sure that you're taking care of your mental health and your spiritual health as well, that being a part of it. I do get the sense of you going through something that can feel kind of drastic right now. To have the Death card here, this feels like if anything needs to be changed, especially when it comes to like the way that you were thinking and how you were doing things, it can be a great time for this to be happening. Four of Swords and the Hermit is going to be spending time reflecting. You can be meditating, you can be grounding, you can be doing anything that's restorative for you, anything that allows you to feel like you're safe, you're all right, you're thinking clearly, those types of things. If you need to do some type of self-care, it is tending to those things. If you need to catch up on sleep, it can be doing that type of thing. If you need to be doing something where you're relaxing, you know, like if your blood pressure is high, making sure that you're taking care of your health, all of that stuff. Now, having the Emperor and having Four of Cups, there can be this like busy and not spending time reflecting about things. You see how Hermit is here, and this is meant to be a time where you're more reflective, more drawn inward rather than externally, but there can be this something going on where you may not want to take that. What this looks like is that with these two cards here, it may be being suggested for you to actually take some time to move into a reflective space where you may be thinking about some things or just sitting with yourself. This is about, rather than having a bunch of like external social interactions and other people's opinions and all up in like the business of everything, this is about you pulling back into your own space to spend time reflecting. But I'm seeing this Four of Cups as like maybe there's a resistance that you're feeling to doing that. Why are you feeling a resistance to doing that? We have the Emperor here, which can be like, I have this to take care of, I have that to take care of, like I don't have time to be doing this for myself. And then having Seven of Swords here, it can be indicating that this is something that is not going to help you long term, and this can actually be like a shadow thing that you end up doing, where this feels like more fixating on like productivity and responsibility and all of these external things, but not taking care of things internally for yourself. It does also look to like there is a shift that's happening that you're going through currently. Like you can be in a great time of transition within your life. Scorpio placements, Aries placements, Virgo placements. You can be in a time of great transition within your life, and you need to make sure that that your energy is not depleted, so you actually have what you need to go through this transition. So if there's anything that you're doing that's not having you in the type of like healthful wellness type of space that you need to be in, this is about making sure to look at those things. But there's a resistance here where you may be having a hard time actually like sitting and reflecting. You know, sometimes we get into our habits and we get into our patterns and we don't really want to look at the things that may not be the healthiest stuff that we're doing, but you feel this, like I'm going through a time right now where I need to be at my best and make sure that I'm getting into that space. And if there's anything that I'm doing that may be not allowing me to be in the best place that I can be, it can be a time for me to be looking at those things. Is there anything I'm having a hard time admitting to myself, or any habits that I'm engaging within that are like riling me up, things that I'm doing that are draining, stuff that isn't like healthy for me to be doing, you know, like not getting enough sleep, not eating right, not exercising, not practicing spiritual hygiene. Like not doing things that are good for me psychologically, you know? It can be holding on to stuff, whatever it is, like your form of that, like your manifestation of that, because all of us have the Seven of Swords. It's an energy that all of us can tap into. But this feels like being busy or doing things externally, and also too having like a good excuse, having a good reason, because the Emperor shows that you really do have a lot going on within your life. You really do have a lot of responsibilities. You have a lot of stuff that you're tending to. So this isn't just like I'm making myself busy and I'm not really, just to avoid this, but this feels like needing to have this internal external balance, needing to have this taking care of me and the stuff that I have going on, and also making sure that if there's stuff that I need to be doing for myself, because Emperor can mean that there are like others that are reliant upon you. And so it can be hard to turn that off. This can also be like really identifying with being in that position. But it can come at the expense of your self-care. Or it can come at the expense of your peace of mind, you know? Or you making sure that you're in a steady, stable place psychologically or spiritually. And so looking into, or physically, you know? Again, however this manifests for you, like whatever your version of this is. So this feels like it's really a time where you may need to look at that. What ways am I experiencing? Like what habits do I have that may be sabotaging me taking care of myself, or me healing, or me cleansing myself, or me nurturing? And this feels very much like an opportunity for you to do exactly that. It feels like this time that you're going through, it's a really great opportunity, if you want to take it, if you're willing to take it, for you to actually really nurture yourself and take care of yourself. And this can be something that, it's funny lately, every time I've been recording, the sounds have been happening. It's been like the last 3 days, like I think in pretty much every reading that I've done, and it's like the only time that I've been hearing any type of like sirens going off. So yeah, what I'm seeing is that this can be a time where you can look into that, and there can be like healing that you're doing, nurturing that you're doing, showing up for yourself that you're doing. However, because this is an Ace of Wands with the Queen of Cups, what this means is that it's basically a door that's there if you want to go through it, but you can also look at it and then see it starting to open and slam it shut and be like, I'm not changing these things, you know? But you can feel like it's not allowing you to evolve. But also too, like maybe you're in a place where you're not ready for that, or like you don't think that you are, you're not willing to, and that's also okay too. It's your process. There's nothing wrong with where you are with it. This is just like, it feels like it's being pointed out that there may be some things that you can be looking at that you could sort of have a better quality of life or something like that, and this can be an opportunity where you can actually do exactly that. So if there's been stuff that you've been maybe doing or even denying yourself, that there can be a part of you that's like, hey, please take care of me, I need this. It can be really an opportunity for you to do exactly that. So strange. So it's a great time to be doing that. It just feels like this is coming to light. Again, Aries, Virgo, Scorpio. This can also be too a time where what this is going to do is it's going to get you more connected with your heart space. So this can be a time where there can be a growing internally that happens. There can be a clearing out within the heart space. There can be a getting more connected. This can be like I'm growing in my understanding and my connection to things with people around me because I'm taking better care of myself. I'm also more easily able to tap into how to be like a better nurturer or like ear to those around me, you know, to be able to give a more pure sense of love both to yourself and to those around you from a more healed space where there's less confusion about things, you know, like less unnecessary friction, and that really being part of things here. But it feels like getting quiet enough to see this and to reflect and see like where am I where do I keep avoiding this type of change or this type of growth? Like, where do I keep staying in something cyclically? Because maybe even too, you're getting to a point where you could be feeling stuck, like you keep repeating the same story or repeating the same cycles over and over again, and you want something to change, and the change is going to be an internal one. It definitely feels like psychological for sure. Just having Seven of Swords and having Scorpio here, this feels like it can be a time of great evolving psychologically for you, which means that in you bringing things to light for yourself psychologically, like, why do I do that? Why is that a pattern that I repeat? It means that you're going to be able to understand other people's psyche better too. Because whatever you're understanding more within yourself is going to then translate to your interpersonal relationships as well. So you'll be able to like hold space in a better way. You'll be more understanding of people's dispositions, of where they are, of what's motivating them, what's going on with them, you know, and it really increases those abilities for you to be able to understand. But if you have stuff going on that you're ignoring within yourself, it means you are also going to be blind to those things within other people, and you will be out of touch in those ways because of being like, no, I don't want to look at that part of myself, which, again, if you're not in that place to do it, this isn't saying you need to look at this. Like, your guides don't talk to you like that. It's just saying that if you've been feeling stuck, it feels like you're in a time of transition where these are things that you can be looking at, and this feels like shedding light on the areas where you can be focusing, just to give you that option if that's something that you're interested in. But there's none of you have to do this or you have to do that or whatever. It's just like, this is available to you if that's something that you want to go for, or if it's something you want to think about. And yeah, you can hear this and be like, wow, I have been avoiding reflecting, or I do think that something's going on and I haven't wanted to look at it or like admit that, or I haven't wanted to address that because I wanted to keep doing things in this way. But then when you look deeper, you feel like maybe this isn't the most efficient way of doing things for yourself. Maybe you're tired of it. You don't want to repeat this type of cycle anymore. Okay. If you do take this opportunity at this time, I'm seeing that you're going to make progress very, very, very quickly with Eight of Wands here. This feels like something where you sort of like open the door and start taking that first step through, and you get like sucked all the way into it, and you're very much in sort of a new, encompassed sort of in a new space with yourself, and it feels like emotionally with other people too, that will be the impact that this has. Note too that if times happen where you feel like you're neglected or you don't have like certain attention or appreciation that you want, or like you don't have the type of love that you want, or there can be this harping on like what you haven't had, especially from an emotional standpoint, this can really be a time for you to show up in that way for yourself. It can be a time too when you're doing that for yourself, you're going to be able to do that for those around you. So if you feel like there's been something that happens emotionally where there's like a bit of a disconnect with you and those around you, this can be a time where these things are focused upon. And you don't have to start off being like, I'm doing this for everyone else around me. It's more so like you're doing this for you. And then that is also going to be so helpful for those around you as well. Just by you moving through your life. You don't have to go out of your way to deliberately do something for another person. This is more so like by you helping yourself, you're also going to be helping those around you, and it will have an impact. And you can feel like this helps you overall show up better within your life too. And I get you being in a position within your life that you have people around you that look up to you, and this will be something that really influences those around you. Just by you showing up and doing your thing, like people will sort of see the way that you're moving, and they will be influenced by that. So I feel like there's a sense of responsibility that you have within that, because you may have others like looking to you. Maybe some of you have people that are dependent on you, or for some of you, you can be in some type of environment where people are looking to you. Some of you, you could just be in some type of position within your life where I'm seeing you be kind of like a hub of some sort. and you have energies around you, whether or not you recognize that within yourself, that's how your energy is coming across here. A time of nurturing for self, a time of growth for self, and also shedding and surrendering any patterns that you feel like are not allowing you to continue evolving and growing. I wonder too if some of this is going to be about not taking, some of this can be that you're going to not be taking things on when it's not resonating with you. Because I wonder too if some of you, something that you do sometimes is just be saying yes to things a lot, even when there can be, sorry guys, even when there can be times when you look at something that's coming through and you sort of feel within you, I want to say no, but then you're not saying no. That is something that can be involved in this as well. So you sort of like trusting your instinct with that and not just taking on things because you're being asked, but more so checking in and then using your discernment with that. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.